Now let's have a look at the property market. We're joined by CoreLogic's Kevin Brogan. Kevin, good morning to you. We've seen an increased auction activity this week. What's that all about?
So this coming week we've sort of got out of the last round of public holidays and big sporting events that have impacted first the Melbourne market and then the last weekend the Sydney market with the NRL and the Labor Day holiday.
Okay, and there's been an uptick in property listings, but still down on previous years. How do they compare?
Look, absolutely. We've seen over the last few weeks quite a significant increase in listings. They're up about 44%. Since the middle of winter in July, but that's still 13% down on last year and 15% down on the average. And it actually represents the lowest number of new listings, 23,000 over the last 28 days. That's the lowest number that we've seen since we started keeping records in 2007.
We did talk recently about how Melbourne sort of tends to have a weekend off whenever it's the AFL Grand Final. Have things bounced back? How have things recovered since then?
Yeah, so we saw the weekend of the AFL Grand Final, we saw 107 auctions, so the market almost stopped. We're back up over 700 for last weekend, and a clearance rate of just over 70%, which is a little softer than we've seen of late, but is still reasonably strong. Next week we're up probably by about 100 or so auctions, over 800, about 860 auctions. So it is getting back into, if you like, the rhythm of the auction market.
All right, and just quickly, Kevin, expectations for Sydney this weekend?
Yeah, look, we're obviously seeing a big bounce back in Sydney. We only had about 300 auctions last weekend because of the public holiday and NRL Grand Final. We're up to well over 700 auctions this coming weekend, and I would expect that we'll see clearance rates in that sort of mid-70% range.
Okay, good stuff. Kevin Brogan from CoreLogic, appreciate your time today. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Peter.